Hello, welcome to Video Mania 2. I'm the man behind the counter, Duncan, and today we're going to talk about a 1999 thriller called The Bay, starring Mark Dacascos. It also stars Tim Abell, Paula Trickey, and Frederick Coffin. It's directed by Mark L. Lester, who did Commando and Showdown in Little Tokyo, so you got a great action guy for this movie. Now, this movie, my story with it is I saw it on the video store shelves, and for whatever reason, I never rented it. You'd figure with the, director Mark L. Lesser, two of my all-time favorites, Commando and Showdown in Little Tokyo, and Mark Dacascos, who's one of my favorite action guys, you'd think that would be something I'd pick right up, but for whatever reason, I didn't. And I was on the treadmill at the gym one day, and the local TV station was running it, and I saw some sequences. I'm like, okay, it looks pretty cool. I'll go check it out. And I did, and I was really blown away by it. This movie is kind of a military thriller, and it is an action movie, but whereas Commander and Showdown in Little Tokyo were just pure action movies, this one still has its fair share of action, but it's not just pure action movie. It has strong characters, and it's kind of more of a military thriller in a lot of ways. Military thriller slash action. So, but the characters here are so strong. There's so much to get invested in. The performances are great. So without further ado, let's dive into the plot. Mark Dacascos plays a guy named Murphy. He's an Army intelligence officer, but he's about to go undercover and investigate a guy named Mike Gammon, who's on a military base near the border. And so his cover name is Dalton, and he just got off an assignment where it did not go well, so the mission went very badly, but he wants to dive right back in. And Paula Trickey from Pacific Blue fame and Maniac Cop 2 fame, great actress, she plays Kelly Andrews, and she's kind of his handler for this undercover operation. She stays at a hotel near the base and helps him, remind him why he's doing it so he doesn't get too far undercover. And Frederick Coffin plays Becker, who's the general of the base. And so, he goes to investigate the base, and they give him a fake record that's kind of spotty so he can get in there. And so he gets in there and gets on Gammon's unit, and he gets into a fight with some of his guys, and he's got some strong guys there. So Mark Dacascos uses his skills, which his martial arts skills are excellent, so that's no exception here. He gets to show off what he can do. And so he kind of gets in with them and learns more about what they're doing, because the Army intelligence was investigating Gammon's unit, and they had a guy who had some evidence on him, but he got killed. So, because Gammon doesn't mess around. He's a really intense and over-the-top character, and Tim Abell, man, he nails this. I mean, he's just really intense, but he has this charisma that kind of draws you in, even though the guy's really not a good guy. But, Dalton gets to know him a little bit and kind of drawn in, and, there's a little bit of conflict there, but he's still an Army officer, and he wants to, do his job. So, all here, the actors' chemistry with one another is great. Everybody, it's very believable here. And Mark L. Lester's direction here is very good. So when there are action sequences, you can see everything, and it moves the story forward, and it has a reason to exist. That's all very good here. And this movie was not a massive budgeted one, but, production values are very solid here. It looks very good. So all that's there. Now, what I think really draws me in, though, is go back to the characters here. Like, and these performances, I mean, these actors went all out. I guess they must have some real prep time, because it just looks great. And even like Mark Dacascos and Paula Trickey, their chemistry is pretty good. You really feel something when they're meeting up, discussing the case, and, even their personal lives to a bit, and, their duty to the Army, all that, and their chemistry is very good here, so I really enjoyed it. So it's a very good movie, and it kind of fell onto the radar, which is kind of a shame. But if you go to some action movie websites, they speak of it pretty fondly, and it deserves the praise it gets. So anyway, that's all I got for today. And if you like older movies, action movies, ones that kind of fell under the radar, give Video Mania 2 a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. So let me know in the comments below what you think of the bass, and are you willing to check it out? Are you a fan of Mark Dacascos? Anything that I like. And take care, and I'll see you next time.